Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Shakayla. I create and share delicious vegan recipes. This video is all about what I plan to eat for Christmas. It's just going to be a very small, intimate dinner with my husband and I. We are going to have vegan lasagna, some garlicky green beans, and a candied walnut salad. So typically whenever I am cooking with a vegan ricotta, I would honestly just buy it from the store. But y'all, vegan ricotta is like $8 or $9 and I really didn't want to spend that money on that this time around. So I decided to make vegan ricotta at home, and I am using almonds. You need nutritional yeast, some lemon juice, oat milk, as well as some sea salt. Now, I will say, whenever you are making homemade vegan ricotta, you want to make sure it has like a twang to it. And I think y'all know what type of twang I'm talking about. So like maybe you can find a vegan lactic acid, which I think they actually sell it on Amazon, or you can do what I did and just add a bit more lemon juice. And I really wanted this to be as close as possible to the Kite Hill ricotta. And they actually use similar ingredients that we're using for this ricotta. So now we're going to refrigerate this while we prep the other ingredients for our lasagna. Y'all, sometimes I really feel like I need to get a lifetime supply of onions and garlic because I put them in every single meal. It's crazy. It is crazy. So here I'm actually adding in some vegan ground meat. I would say, like maybe you're not a fan of meat substitutes. You could definitely do this with mushrooms or even add in lentils. Like that's something that I've done before to help it, kind of be a little bit more hearty. But you don't have to use a vegan meat. That's just what I decided to go with this time around. So I added about 2 cups of pasta sauce. Next, you're going to see me add in a whole can of crushed tomatoes, and then we're going to start seasoning it. So I'm seasoning this with garlic powder, onion powder, garlic salt, as well as some Italian herbs and smoked paprika. And I'm not making a huge lasagna, but y'all, this made a lot of like a meat sauce. So I ended up having some that I could save for later. Next, because we want this to simmer for about 30 to 45 minutes, I'm adding in some vegetable stock, as well as, I forgot to add this earlier, but as well as about 2 tablespoons of sugar and a pinch more salt. So for my lasagna, I'm actually using some whole wheat lasagna noodles that I just had in my cabinet. Use what you have on hand or what you can find at the grocery store. But we really just want to boil these until they are not fully al dente, but where it has a good bite to it, because they're also going to continue to cook once we transfer them to the oven. If you watch my last video where I made lasagna soup, I made this exact same mixture where it is the vegan ricotta as well as some vegan Parmesan cheese and some chopped basil. And so now that the sauce is ready, we can start putting our lasagna together. Y'all, I tasted the sauce before I decided to assemble the lasagna, and it is so good. Make sure when you make this recipe that you taste everything before you put it all together. You know, if you need to add more salt, pepper, whatever it is that you need to add, just be sure to do that, because there's no going back after you assemble this lasagna. So I started off by covering this with foil, but later went back and used the baking sheet. The baking sheet was a game changer. Adding the baking sheet on top really helps the cheese melt. I think it's just from the heat from the baking sheet as well as the heat from the actual dish that the lasagna is being made in. It's just a lot of heat that helps that cheese melt. All right, and next up I am making my garlicky green beans. This is actually a recipe that is a part of my digital cookbook, along with my vegan mac and cheese, my jalapeno cheddar cornbread, a lot of those traditional holiday dinner dishes. You can find those as well as this recipe in my cookbook, and I've linked it in the description box. Oh, and I forgot to mention that I did go back and pour 1/4 cup of vegetable stock on top of the lasagna. So now that it's been baking for about 40 minutes, I'm going to broil it on high for about 5 minutes, just so the top can melt a little bit more and will slightly brown. I decided to add candied walnuts to my salad, and it was probably the best decision ever. All you need is 1 cup of walnuts, I would say a little under 1/4 cup of sugar, and then 1 tablespoon of dairy-free butter. You mix all of that up, cook it on the stove, but you want to pay close attention to it so that it doesn't burn. I probably cooked it for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then I let them cool off on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. And of course, we got to add a little razzle dazzle to these green beans. So I added some vegan Parmesan on top, and it was chef's kiss. Okay, and a little bit more vegan Parmesan because that's my business. And on the salad, I am actually adding pomegranate seeds. I also have those candied walnuts, which you just saw me cook. I have some air fried chickpea, and then now I'm drizzling a balsamic vinaigrette dressing. All right, if you are distracted right now, I need you to stop what you're doing and look at the screen, because this just looks so good. And it tastes even better than it looks. So if that doesn't make you want to try this, I don't know what will. And of course, after cooking, my kitchen was a mess, but now it's clean. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.